Okay, so I've had so many people ask me lately if I can do their makeup. I mean, yeah, I can, but I'd rather teach everyone else how to do their own makeup. So I have washed my face, like I exfoliated so you can see that it's red, but then I moisturized. The next step is prime. Please prime your face. Like, honestly, it makes all the difference. You can use probably any primer. If you have like bumpy acne, I'm not talking about redness, I'm talking about bumpy acne, use more of a silicone base because it'll sit on top. It also will sit on top of wrinkles. If you have like decent skin, you can probably use just about anything. My favorite primer is by Laura Mercier, but it's really expensive, so I probably wouldn't suggest buying it if you're not like into that. But it's beautiful, it's amazing. So I'm gonna use more of like my everyday primer, and it's NARS. It's like Pour and Shine. It helps with like acne and just oiliness because I have very oily skin. So I'm gonna put like a ton of that on my hand and just rub it, dab it all over my face, and then rub. Okay, and the next step is foundation. I use Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear and Cool Beige. Get a full coverage foundation. Even if it's Walmart, CVS, make sure it's more full coverage. This kind of expensive, but my roommate stole it for me, so I'm gonna use it. And I use a beauty blender. You can use a brush. I suggest beauty blender because it works with most foundations a lot better, and I wet it. So I just run it under the water and squeeze it as the water's running through it, and then I squeeze out all the excess. So then I'm just gonna put this on my beauty blender and start dabbing it onto my face. You don't want to rub, pull. It's just supposed to dab. Getting a beauty blender was probably the best thing I ever did for my face. The thing is, like, this is new. New beauty blenders are gonna suck up your foundation like crazy at first, but that's okay. So this is sucking up a lot of this because I just got it yesterday, so I might have to put 2 coats on my face, but that's all right. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other side. And you see, like, it's already covered up like a lot of my redness. I mean, the lighting is horrible where I'm at, so that's an issue. Shape difference, so it's got a bullet shape, so this is like to get into tight spaces, and this is flat. I prefer flat. Don't really know why. So then after that, I'm going to put a little on there, and then I'm going to dab it around my neck. And like, I have a weird hairline, so I make sure I get it in there on both sides. And then I'm definitely going to blend that in. This is so that you don't have that ugly line right here that's super trashy, makes you look super childish. Sis is busted right now. Like, my hair is a mess and it's not clean. I'm wearing an ugly purple headband. That's what happens when you make me get up before 11 a.m. So just make sure that's blended. So after that, I conceal. I do foundation before concealer just because it works so much better. I don't know why, but it does. I use Tarte Shape Tape. This, life-changing. It doesn't work if you have very wrinkly, loose skin, so if you're younger, amazing. I tried this on my mom. Sorry, Mom, I'm not saying you got wrinkles, you're beautiful. And it did not go well. Maybe I did something wrong. Probably my fault. But it did not go well. So I just take this out. And I put this straight on my skin. So I'm going to dot it under my eyes. Down the bridge of my nose. On any problem areas, which I'm going to have to use my mirror for this because I can't see them. Which is basically my whole face because I'm breaking out as per the usual though. I'm going to put that on any like problem areas. Focusing definitely on like my eye area because that's supposed to be light. And then I'm going to make a little shape on my head. I'm not going to tell you what I think it looks like. It's a flower shape on my forehead. That's going to make your face easier to contour and give your face dimension. So I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender and blend this all out. Notice how I'm not pulling. Like, please don't pull your eye when you're doing this. Don't drag this across your skin. Literally just keep dabbing it. The stuff will blend. It will blend eventually. Pulling is going to cause premature wrinkles. It's going to cause the makeup to crease. Just don't. If you feel like you have to do that, get a smaller beauty blender or even use a brush. Like, use a foundation brush if that's what you have to do. Sorry, I should be actually looking at this when I'm doing it, but I can't see. The lighting is horrible. So after that's done, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I use a Brow Wiz from Anastasia. Probably the best thing I've ever used for my eyebrows. I've been using this for years. It's my tried and true. I've tried other brands. I've tried other products. It just doesn't go right. So I'm going to show you how I do my brows. I use an empty one. Actually, let me put my mirror like up here so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I use an empty one. And I'm going to get onto my brow line. And I'm going to brush it down. And follow the line. My eyebrow hairs, the shape's not bad, but my hairs are so like long rather than thick, but sometimes it just looks funny. So I'm gonna make that top line, do the same with the bottom, and don't like be hard on it. You can add color by continuously going over, but don't be hard. It's gonna be too harsh. And then with light brush strokes, I'm gonna fill my brow in. And then over here is the tail, so I'm gonna round this into my tail and bring my tail down a little bit. These things are amazing because they're gonna tell you what shape is best for your face. So you're gonna take it from the tip of your nose, touch it to the tip of your eye, and that's where the end of your eyebrow is. Then you're gonna take it from the inside of your nose up, and that's gonna tell you where this part of your eyebrow should be. Amazing. It's an amazing tool. I got that advice from James Charles on how to use this, and pretty much all my makeup advice I get from him. So now that this brow's pretty much done, I'm going to move on over to the other one, and I'm going to do this really quick. So the good thing about these is if there's something that happens that you don't want, you can literally wipe it off until it's set. I think if you wipe it off immediately, I've seen that it comes off. So now that both of my brows are filled in, I'm now gonna go and clean them up. This is definitely an optional step, but I seem to always be doing it here lately. Is I take my same concealer, put it on my hand, and I'm gonna take a flat brush like this. I got this brush from TJ Maxx, something like that, something super cheap. And I'm gonna use it to very, very carefully clean up my brows. So I'm just going to take this and run it along my brow line. You can get it all up in there. They're gonna make your brows look more snatched. They're gonna make you more photo ready with your brows. And I'm gonna take it back. My hands are really shaky. Sorry if you can see them literally vibrating. So there's that. I'm gonna do the other one real quick, and then I'm gonna show you how to blend it out. So then we're outlined. I'm gonna wipe off this excess concealer before I get it everywhere. I'm gonna take my beauty blender, and then I'm gonna buff out these crazy lines. Brows aren't gonna be twins. Sometimes my brows are sisters, sometimes they're distant cousins. I do the best I can do on a daily. So now that all my concealer is done, I take this step of using setting powder. I've been using a Laura Mercier setting powder, like I said with my primer. It's kind of expensive. I use this with my points at Sephora, that's why it's tiny. But you put this anywhere you just put concealer. So along my nose, it's white translucent, so then it's gonna aid to your contour. So I'm gonna definitely put it under my eyes. I feel like this helps with my oil on my nose where I contour my nose because my nose gets very oily. So after that's done, I am now going to take a powder foundation. I'm using Bare Minerals Matte because it also helps with my oil control. And I use a big fluffy brush. Gonna dip into there, but also make sure you are knocking off that excess. And then I'm just gonna put that all over my face. Make sure I'm blending into my neck. You can literally see it everywhere. I also like lightly brushed over my brows just to lighten them up because I'm not used to the dark brow look yet, even though that's definitely 100% in style. There are platinum blondes out there with dark brown brows, and honey, I'm living for it, but I just can't. Then I'm going to pay special attention to my neck and behind my ear and into my crazy baby hairline. So now that that's done, I am going to move into contouring my face. I have a very chubby face, so anytime I can thin up my face, I'm gonna do it. Right now I'm using an e.l.f. palette. Nothing wrong with e.l.f. It's great. But I would suggest something else. I use my roommate's Tarte Pro Glow palette a lot, and I seem to have great luck with that. I love it. I'm going to start with a dark contour, so I use this. It's kind of like a flatter, fluffier brush. You can use literally like brown eyeshadow for this if you're just starting, but no, like it's not going to blend well on your face. It's not. It's going to be so hard. So I'm going to carefully... Actually, you can do the little face thing to see where it's supposed to go. I'm going to carefully, lightly drag it. Ooh. And then harder to blend it out. Notice this stuff so hard to use. So hard. The good thing about using powder foundation is you can put that on top to lighten this up because it turns out patchy, which is what I don't like about this. But if you spend the money and do a nice like brand, and it's what it's actually for. This is, I'm pretty sure, to do your eyebrows. It would probably work better. So I'm actually going to go back into my powder foundation because this is horrendous. And I'm going to lighten it up a lot. Let's try again on the other side. I literally just did this yesterday and it worked fine, and now it's giving me a super hard time. Typical. This is why you should probably use products for what they're meant for. This side, a lot better. Am I still gonna blend it out? Absolutely. Okay, finally got it blended out. So now that this contour is done, oh my goodness. I'm gonna take this, it's like a rounded, really fluffy brush. It's technically for eyeshadow. I'm gonna go back in with that brown. And I'm gonna contour my big behind freaking nose because, let's be honest, I look like Shrek. So I'm gonna draw a straight line. The point is to thin out your nose. So this bridge is supposed to be super small. And then drag it into here to give my face some dimension. Now I literally look like a character. Do the same on the other side. I'm gonna go back in with my big fluffy brush and then blend that out. Again, this product is not meant to blend like this, so it's gonna give me a super hard time. So my nose is a little thinner, kind of makes it look weird, but you'll see after I add the rest. So now we're gonna go in with highlight. Again, I'm gonna use this brush. I just kind of wiped it off. I need more brushes. I'm gonna go in with a white, very light white color, and I'm gonna dab it on the bridge of my nose. Blending it up, but definitely packing it in on my bridge. Then I'm also going to take another brush of that similar shape. Technically, I'm going to use this bullet brush. It's a Morphe M507. It's not used for this. I'm going to take that light shade and go around my brows, just to accentuate the brow highlight. I'm going to take a bigger rounded brush, and I'm going to take that same white shade. And I'm going to, oh, that's horrible. It's like snowflakes because of the fallout of this. And just go all around here. I like to lighten up the region that I'm going to be highlighting before I actually highlight it, just so that the highlighter's like bang. Gonna go over my cupid's bow with this. Definitely gonna lighten up down here to accentuate my highlight, or contour, sorry. I'm gonna put that away for a hot second. Tried and true highlighter is Becca. Beautiful. They work well. I know there's tons of great highlighters, but Becca, this is opal, so this is definitely a white. I'm not always about the, white look, but there are so many different colors. My roommate has champagne pop, beautiful golds. So I'm then gonna pack this along that line. In this lighting, you're not gonna see the purpose of this, which sucks. Ooh. Yep. Then a little bit of this on the tip of my nose, and then we're gonna go back in with this and pack. Packing just means kind of like dabbing it so that it all like stays localized and sticks. So this you can see, that you can see, this you can't really see. This is basically all I do to my face. Sometimes I blend out my highlight a little more so it's not so obnoxious, but this is basically what my naked face looks like before I put on all the eye stuff. Final step of face is setting spray. Setting spray, magical. Changes the game. Definitely gonna make sure my baby hairs are exposed for this. I use a Morphe continuous setting spray. I've used a lot of different ones. I've used the Urban Decay All Nighter. That makes my face very oily. It's too wet and sticky. I don't like it. I have used a Too Faced one. First of all, it smells like coconuts, and I cannot stand coconuts. Second of all, it takes forever to dry and gets on my nerves. This, bought this yesterday. Magic. Just gonna close your eyes and spray it all over your face. Smells amazing. Used it yesterday, worked amazing. So this is my face. My face is done. This is my general look. So eye makeup is probably my favorite part of any look, but it's definitely a lot harder than face makeup, in my opinion. It's where I get super tedious, I get super irritated, I get super grumpy. You can ask my mom, I've cried about it. But it's so much fun. Like, it's like painting a canvas. It's so much fun. I'm going to start with putting a little bit of primer on my eyelid. I'm going to use Smashbox Photo Finish just because it's super tacky. So I'm going to just put that on my eye, rub it in. So while this is working, I'm going to start talking colors. I have a Morphe 9B palette. Morphe, probably one of the best brands ever. If you care about your face, if you care about how it looks, Morphe is both good for your wallet and for all of that. So I'm using the Morphe 9B. I also have a very small Tarte palette in Flirt. It's my mom's. And then I have the original Naked palette, which you can see I've got my usage out of over the past like 4 years of having it. I use a majority of 3 brushes. This is a Morphe M433. It's kind of big. I use it for blending out my crease. This is a Morphe M562. Same for my crease. And then this is a Morphe M507. these 3 magical brushes. I think they're each like $5 or less. So I'm gonna go with, I usually do my face in some type of brown neutral look. I can't wait to get the new James Charles palette because it's rainbow and I can't wait to try it. But I'm gonna stick with my tried and true brown look. So anybody who knows makeup, you know that you start with a transition shade. So this is gonna be a lighter shade that you blend out other colors with. It's gonna be the highest color. That's all I know about transition shades and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use Hang 10. But it's like a lightish brown caramelly color. Again, please always knock off the excess. And then I'm going to dab that into my crease. If you don't know what your crease is, it's this. You can literally stick a pen in there. It's that area. So I'm just going to dab that in there, also called packing. The thing about a lot of Morphe's things is they're meant to be layered. I think these are pressed pigments, so that means like they're meant to go on top of each other, which means you're probably going to have to put more than one layer in. So once I have that on my crease, I'm going to use a rainbow motion and then spinning motions to blend it out. In this color, I'm going to blend out the highest to my brow bone and the widest. Today we're just going to do like a half cut crease because a full cut crease, 1, takes too much time, and 2, is really hard, in my opinion. And I don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm going to do a half cut crease. And then with this big brush, the 433, I'm going to go dip back into there. And this is really going to blend it. Going to do the same with the other side. Same thing, big brush, and blend it all out. So now that that's on, you're gonna go up a shade. Not your darkest shade, but you're gonna go up a shade. And I'm gonna use Road Trip. It's just a little bit darker of a brown. Probably can't even tell the difference. Hold on, I can just show you the palette. First color I used was this. Second color I'm using is this. And third, I'm going to use one of these browns. But I'm going to do the same thing with that. Dip it back into my crease. But this time I'm going to focus on the outer edge when I'm doing that. And I'm going to take the big brush. And I'm going to blend that out. I'm going to blend it so that it comes up, but not as high as the original shade. I hate that it's literally like 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it's already dark outside. 0 out of 10, do not recommend daylight savings. So that is done. Now this is my least favorite part. I'm going to use my bullet-shaped brush, which is the M507. This is my least favorite part because it's scary. So I'm probably going to use Beach Please and pack it into my crease. Definitely the outer edge though. And you're going to make a V shape. V, V. Make sure you work it into that crease. Whoa. This side clearly needs help. This side is mediocre. I'm going to use the same big old brush. This time I'm not going to put any color on it. I'm just going to use what's there. And I'm going to blend my nice dark friend out using the rainbow and the swirling methods. I'm going to go back into transition shade, Hang 10, which is the lightest. Wow, this is crazy looking. Hopefully it works out well because, of course, this is the first time I'm videoing myself doing makeup and it's not looking too hot. So this is kind of what I'm working with right now. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut my crease. So if you remember the brush I used to do my face, the brows, I'm gonna use it to cut my crease. I hate this step. A full cut crease is definitely a lot harder, but this still is difficult and took me a bit of time to master. So I'm gonna put concealer. I'm gonna use my same concealer. Some people use white. Up to you. I'm gonna put a little bit on this, and I'm going to, hold on, let me get close for this. Oh, I'm going to basically dab it where my crease is. So if you see I shut my eye, like, it disappears. It's kind of following the dark line, because the dark line is gonna make the lid color more dramatic, because the dark line is right above the cut crease. Something with a cut crease is you have to pay attention to your eye shape and if your eyes are gonna close on it or not. Because if your eyes close on it, like, hold on to me. That can happen. So then you're just gonna bring it up to that line. Honestly, bring your cut crease up. I'm gonna do this to the other eye real quick. Kind of like get the idea of like the crease is accentuated by the darkness of the out, and then it's gonna be like bam. So it's all this blending, beautiful work, dark. This is where I put metallics. So this is my version of a half cut crease. If yours is different, probably because you're doing it right. So now that the concealer is pretty much dry, I'm going to take a flat brush. You can pretty much use any metallic for this. And then I'm going to pack it on there, which, remember packing, I'm going to dab. I'm not liking how the tone is working, so I'm actually going to go in with this faux real color. That's so funny. It's like F-A-U-X, like faux, and then real, like Morphe, you might have just done something. Probably have been done something. I'm just stupid and just realized that. Faux real. It's like, is that purse real? It's faux real. So that's done. Again, I'm going to go back in with my bullet brush. M507. Maybe? No. Never mind. And then I'm going to blend the hard edge of that concealer into my dark shade. Okay, so this is basically what my eye look is looking like today. You don't have to do this, but I've been trying to get into doing a lower lash line. I hate it. I'm gonna go back in with the dark color and drag it from the tip of the V down onto my lower lash. And then I'm gonna use my middle shade right in the middle. So you can see my eyes are blended out and in, and it's kind of crazy looking because I have no eyeliner on, and I don't really do a lower lash line that often. So it kind of makes me look like that right in the face. But that's fine. Next step that I do is eyeliner. Eyeliner is the devil. I'm actually going to spray this setting spray real quick while there's no lash, no eyeliner on there. No going back now. I use a Kat Von D ink liner. There we go. This, I hope other people have better methods because I wouldn't listen to mine. This, I keep the mirror close to my face, and you're gonna see me bending down. This is gonna be horrible. Actually, I'm gonna put this right up here. I'm going to run this across my lid a little bit. And then trick I learned with eyeliner is this natural shape of your lower lid. Imagine that your lower lid were to extend up, and that's how you're gonna draw your wing. And then I'm gonna pull it out. Remember, it's gonna be thick, then go to thinner. I try and make it thicker because I am gonna put on the fake lashes. So the thicker the line, the better you can blend in your lashes. Now I'm gonna do this side. Both eyeliners are done. So this step is something I've learned recently, and it's fake lashes. My suggestion, buy a super cheap pair from Walmart. I got a whole pack of them from TJ Maxx for like super cheap because the first couple times you use them, horrible. It's gonna be hard. Maybe not. And if you're like a really great makeup guru already, it's gonna be easy peasy. But I just bought Lily lashes, which are like the best lashes to ever use. Any makeup artist on YouTube that you watch are probably going to use them or have used them and raved. I've already used them, so I don't need to cut them, but make sure before you put on fake lashes, hold them up to your eye because chances are like no one's eyes are really gonna be that big. So I take it out of the packaging, it's just a little lash. I use duo glue. I'm now using it in the brush form. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna paint that along the line. I'm gonna be definitely very generous with the glue with these lashes because if you get these lashes, they can actually be bought at Ulta. They're so hard to use. So while that's drying, because again, it needs to be kind of dry, kind of tacky, I am going to curl my lashes because my lashes stick out like little fingers. Then I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara. You can use any mascara because the point of this is to make your lashes black and sticky. Now that these are a little bit tacky, I'm going to show you how I put them on. And it is, I use a mirror that's under my face. So it's angled like this. So I can close my eye and see it from an under view. So then I'm going to close my eye. And I'm going to place it as on my lash line. And it's easier to see your lash line with the down angled mirror. That's why I do it that way. So this is stuck. I'm going to put the other one on real quick. Now that both lashes are glued on, they're pretty solid. This corner I'm having trouble with it. Now I'm going to get to the point of why your lashes need to be sticky. So this is scary. You're going to go in with tweezers and you're going to squeeze your lash line. So basically it's squeezing the base of your lash to the base of these fake ones, and it's going to make it blend so much better. I'm going to go in. I do it with my eyes open. I do it to other people with their eyes closed because they freak out when their eyes are open. And bam! These lashes are really wispy, really dramatic, but that's the point of Lily lashes. Like, they're super nice, super beautiful. So now that my lashes are on, these are Lily lashes in style Miami. Amazing. My favorite makeup artist uses them. My favorite YouTube persona, so James Charles is my favorite makeup artist. He's on YouTube. He uses them. My favorite YouTube persona is Tana Mojo. She uses them. And this is kind of what you end up with. So this is my look. I did my face first. I did my eyes. You can do it in reverse order, but I'm so messy with my contour and everything that I'd probably end up contouring my eyeballs. You can really see like what this looks like, because lighting is key. And from back here, woo, like back there it's okay, but like up close, like you can definitely see that I have fallout. But up close you can just see that like how the cut crease is blended, how the lashes look with that whole face, and I'm for it. So if you have any other questions, if you want to see me do something more complicated like a full crease, let me know. I will help you out. But thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.